Team Fortress 2 is back to normal. No more Tough Break logo on the front of the home page. This ought to be good. I'm gonna play some TF2 today. Though this thing's still here. What you gonna do? Or not, because my game just crashed. Oh well. Hello everybody, welcome to my favorite loadouts in TF2. We didn't get enough of these on my old channel, and TF2 isn't working very well. It just crashed. Anyway, so today I'm gonna go over my top 10 loadouts in my top loadouts in TF2. I know, professional. I don't even know the name of my video. Anyways, excuse me. Time to go on to my loadouts. So starting the Scout. I have, obviously, these cosmetics are like the greatest. I have the stock scattergun. Obviously, mine is quoted, strange, and renamed. The Criticola and the default bat. Because the Criticola, what's better than it? Also, according to the game, this is a lunchbox. On to my B loadout. And by the way, this is offensive, defensive, troll, and MVM, because people play Scout on MVM. Anyway, next on to my defensive loadout. You have the shortstop, as you are going to heal more, which is what you need, especially on defensive, because you won't have any flank routes to take. You'll be blocking everyone from going the flank routes. Then you have the Mad Milk, because I'm a team player. I don't just run out and do nothing as a scout. Besides, who goes scout on defensive anyway? If you do, then you have the Mad Milk. Next we are on to my troll loadout, and I saw Nate Fox's custom contracts video, and one of them was the Ninja Scout. I thought it was cool, I tried it out, and now it is my troll loadout, because I completely destroy pubs. We have the Force of Nature. I can jump higher, it has more bullets, you can shoot it fast, and it blows them away from you. Then you have the Flying Guillotine, as I will do tons of bleed damage, and the 3-room blade, otherwise known as its non-reskin version, the Boston Basher. I know, professional, right? Makes them bleed for 5 seconds. Basically, they bleed a lot for a long time, and you can get around everywhere. You could swap this out for the Atomizer, but I just want to do the max bleed damage. And finally, for MVM, just so I have a power-up canteen equipped, I have everything is stock. I may have reskins, but it's all stock. Got my scattergun, and my pistol, or in this case, Lugomorph, and the Bat Out of Hell. It's just a reskin melee. Then we have the Soldier Man, who isn't an actual soldier. We have the stock rocket launcher, the gunboats, and stock shovel. Then, for my defensive loadout, I have the stock rocket launcher and the battalion's backup and stock melee. Because if you're on a defensive server, are you really not going to use a banner? Now we have my troll loadout. I have the rocket jumper, the Righteous Bison, because it does actual damage, and it's also because I don't have the Man Treads, and the Market Gardener, because if you're a trollger, what else are you going to use? And finally, for Man vs. Machine, I have the Battalion's backup, but I usually change it for the Conch or the Buff Banner. And then on my Pyro, I have my stock flamethrower, my Killstreak flare gun, and the Power Jack. Because if you're on offensive as Pyro, what else are you gonna be using? And for my defensive loadout, I just go stock, but I have the Home Wrecker, because pyroing is fun. And what Pyro charges at someone with is melee, unless on medieval mode. Finally, for my troll loadout, I have the Backburner, the Detonator, and the Power Jack, the ultimate W plus M1 Pyro loadout. Obviously, I don't WM plus 1, but you have the back burner because, I mean, come on, what else are you gonna pair with the detonator? The stock flamethrower? I laugh in your face. I have the detonator because I can get where other people can't, hence it being a troll loadout and jump on them. And the power jack, because when people try and kill me, I gotta get the fuck out of there. Now we have the MVM loadout, the flamethrower, a killstreak flare gun, and a fire axe. Because, what, you're gonna use the shotgun in MVM? Come on, you're crazy. Now for my Demo Man loadout. For my offensive, I go full-on Demo Knight. The Bootlegger, the Tide Turner, and the Half-Yachia. Because, let's be honest, Demo Knighting is fun. Of course, nobody goes Demo Knighting in competitive, but come on, I don't play competitive. Now, for my defensive loadout, it's mostly stock, except I have my Festive Butcherbird Grenade Launcher, Mercenary Grade, Field-Tested, Festivized. I have the Sticky Bomb Launcher, obviously. What else are you going to use as a defensive Demo Man? The Scottish Resistance? Probably, I just don't have it. And the Oopa Pool Caber, because the Demo Man is so drunk that he uses an explosive as a weapon. And now for my troll loadout, the classic troll loadout, the lock and load. It may not do more damage, but I mean, who needs to do more damage if you don't hit your shots? Then the sticky jumper, because, I mean, you're a troll demo. Unless you're a Demo Knight, you're going to be jumping around. And the Islander, because once I kill 5 people, I become Usain Bolt, and I can take as much damage as a heavy. And now on to my MVM, the Iron Bombers, stock Sticky Bomb Launcher, and the Half Satoichi, because you're not going to be using your melee as Demo Knight, so if you do, you want to get health with it. And the Sticky Bomb Launcher, because do you go with anything other than the Sticky Bomb Launcher on MVM? Now we have my heavy, a simple class. I have my cool-looking minigun that I got from a game that I totally didn't click random cards to win. I have the family business because it's better, just admit it. And the Fists of Steel, because as heavy, the only time you're going melee is if you need to get somebody because you don't have any ammo or you're about to die. Next, for my defensive loadout, you have the Natasha, because, well, let's be honest, what are you going to do as a heavy with a scout? Simple, equip the Natasha, because nobody goes scout on defensive, it's always on offensive. Then I have my Delocus bar, because I need to get as much health as possible, including extra health. And the Fists of Steel, because you're defensive. If you die, your entire team dies. Next, for my troll loadout, I don't use the minigun, I go shotgun heavy. Fat Scout, I know. Traditional. And then for my MVM loadout, I go stock, minigun, and shotgun, and the Fists of Steel. Next, for my engineer, simple class. On offensive, I, for some reason, have the Wrangler equipped. On offensive, I go stock shotgun, a pistol, and the bleed wrench thingy. Because spies, come on, bleed. Next, for my defensive loadout, I have the exact same thing, but with the Wrangler. It's a level 5 laser pointer, if you'd happen to know. And for my troll loadout, I go Wrangler because reasons, and the Gunslinger because, well, let's be honest, what are you going to use other than the Gunslinger for a troll loadout? And finally, for MVM, stock everything, but I have the Wrangler. Now on to the Medicine Man. Very simple equipment. For the offensive, stock, because I have very few medic items. And for defensive, I equip the Amputator and stock, because the Amputator is overpowered. Next, for my troll loadout, I also go with the amputee. There we go. I go stock medic, but this time I charge at everyone with my bone saw. And now, for MVM, the exact same thing as the B loadout. Now on to the Call of Duty player. For my main offensive loadout, I equip the Sydney Sleeper, the SMG, and the Kukuri because I also have no items whatsoever for sniper. I suck at aiming, so I just use this. Besides, it charges faster and it covers them in piss. Next, we have completely stock because, let's be honest, I only have a Huntsman and a Sydney Sleeper. What else am I gonna use for defensive? Now onto my troll loadout. I go with the Luxman, the SMG, and the Travelman Shiv because I just recently traded my Darwin's Dangerback shield for that awesome looking hat that I'm wearing. Next, for my... wait a minute. Who cares? It has a power-up canteen. And finally, on to the French Misfit. We have my main offensive loadout, the Ambassador, because who needs to be rewarded with crits when you get them on demand? Next, we have the Big Earner because, well, I mean, let's be honest. If you backstab someone on an offensive spy, you'd better run. And the Cloak and Dagger because, well, why not? Now on to my defensive loadout, the same thing as last time, but this time I have a normal knife. Now on to my troll loadout, the Unkillable Spy. Even though the Dead Ringer has been nerfed, moment of silence for the Dead Ringer, we still have some amazing weapons to use. The Kunai. I mean, let's be honest, this thing doesn't save you from death, so why not just make it so it will by giving yourself more health? And finally, the Ambassador, because who needs to get crits from reward? No, I just shoot in their general direction and it gets a headshot. And for my MVM loadout, the Big Earner, so I can farm my metal off of the giant robots. The Dead Ringer, because this thing runs out of metal so fast. And let's be honest, the Big Earner on a giant robot. 12 seconds later, it'll finally turn around. You'll have plenty of backstabs on it by then. And the Ambassador, because, well, I love the Ambassador. This has been my favorite loadouts in TF2. This was not a sarcastic video. These are legit my favorite loadouts. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.